Today is going to be a bit of a different type of video. We're going to be playing the new Assassin's Creed, mostly because I'm going to just show gameplay, and then at the end I'm going to rank it compared to what the other Assassin's Creeds are like. So I think instead of looking at like people online who just have a hatred towards any game or paid by Ubisoft, I'm going to show some gameplay and you can make your decision if you want it. So in there, the way I see it is, the way I see it, you either, if you like a game, you play the game. If you don't buy the game. Right. So I've played about 26 hours of the game. Mostly not doing the story, just like exploring, being an assassin, which I will say, being set in Japan, you're a shinobi. You do have the samurai as well, but the female character who I'm playing as now is the shinobi. What closer to an assassin could you be? Plus, the game is just, like, beautiful. Like, I'm tempted, seeing the, like, difference in performance quality, to buy the PS Pro just so I can have the, make it look even better. But yeah, from my point of view, what I've played of the game so far is really fun. In all honesty, of the RPG era games, so like Origins onwards, it's the best one we've had. It actually feels like an Assassin's Creed game. Oh shit. Oop. 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 Ow. Whee! It is actually really, like, fun game. Does it have issues? Yes. This day and age, no game fucking launches without issues, which is a problem in itself.
She can know you. Prepare to die. Ringing the bell.
No!
I will not bend to you.
Out the water, please. Thank you. Oops. That may be. I haven't been paying attention. Okay, where am I?
I saw that.
Shit.
Get away.
Fuck off.
Think you can beat me?
Get out.
Enjoy this.
Now just you. Ah, fucking hell. Okay. May have fucked this room up. It is all good. Someone's bound to have one. Right. Let's climb the ladder. No. Oh. Just those two.
Tread lightly.
Whee! Hello. Nice. Ooh, Russian. Yeah, that's like just some quick gameplay of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Again, it's like the main purpose of this is to show the gameplay, and then you can make your own decision from that point. I'm not going to try to persuade you otherwise. I personally enjoy the game, but I think everyone has personal preference.
Hated waking up so early to train, but now I'd give anything to be woken up by Stuart.
But I think it's time we judge it and against the other Assassin's Creeds. Where does it go against? So yes, the list will consists of Assassin's Creed all the way to Assassin's Creed Shadows. And we're just going to see where it stacks up. We'll start from the original. I'm gonna say it's a C. Not because it's a bad game, just because it is very dated. The storyline is amazing. But yeah, the game it hasn't aged the greatest. I think, to be honest, it would be nice to see like a proper like remake of the older games. Keep the like old style, maybe fine tune the combat system a bit, but yeah, remake them and like bring more to modern standards. Just don't put the RPG elements in. Like, please don't. But yeah, I think the original Assassin's Creed, even though it is really good, it just hasn't aged as well as others. So yeah, I think it has to be a C. C or high C, low B, I'd put it. Depending on where I put other ones, might up it, but yeah, we'll go with there. Assassin's Creed 2. Doesn't need much said. The game is amazing. Stories. Out of all the Assassin's Creeds, probably is the best story out of any of them. You could make an argument for one of the others might be better, but Assassin's Creed 2, story's amazing. Just Ezio, it's amazing. Everything about it is just amazing. There's so much like to do. The collecting the codex pages, getting the seals for Altair's armor. It is such a good game. And then coming straight off Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood. Again, an amazing game, amazing story. Not as good as 2's. Personally, it's my favorite Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. But yeah, these two are interchangeable. I think 2 edges it on story, Brotherhood edges it on combat. But yeah, 2 amazing, amazing games. Revelations. I think it's an A tier game. I think when the game came out, probably would have put it here, maybe here. But when replaying it, it's definitely A tier. It's a really good game, and it does end the Ezio trilogy quite well, and it does well for like the present day storyline. Yeah, it's just not as good as the other 2, and I think coming from this high to Revelations, it caused people's opinion of it to drop, which does happen. But yeah, the game is good. I like it. There's not much bad I can actually say about the game. Maybe it's the setting isn't as interesting as the others, but you know, still a good game. Assassin's Creed 3. B. Yeah, we'll go with B. I think they improved the combat, and they had like some cool concepts, like the being able to like rope tie enemies from a tree. That was quite cool. The main issue: 1, the American Revolution, not that interesting. 2, Connor is so boring. Like, he has the personality of a wooden spoon. Not an interesting character. And for that, yeah, it's a B. Like, Revelations, if you want to point out, like, issues with the game, it still has Ezio, and Ezio can carry. Connor is just boring. And it's not even a case of, like, going from Ezio to Connor. It's just Connor is a boring assassin. Like, he generally has the personality of a wooden spoon. But yeah, I do like the combat on it, and I think the story is quite interesting. But yeah, we're gonna leave Liberation. No, we're not. It's shockingly, it's just shit. Rogue, I put it in C. It was like the like it was like the PS3, Xbox 360 equivalent of the Black Flag thing, and it's just not as interesting. Black Flag S. It's weaker than these two, but it's still an amazing game. The only thing I would gripe about it is it's less of an assassin game, more of a pirate game. And it's a really good pirate game. But I can't put it is just a really, really good game. And I think Edward does become more of an assassin throughout it. But on a whole, it's a really, really good game. And you can't knock it for that. Plus the storyline is actually really interesting. And then just being able to be Assassin Pirate was just cool. And the game, when it came out on PS4, looked amazing. Unity. I'd put Unity here. I think when it launched, it was an F because it was a buggy mess. But playing it now, it is actually it's a stable experience. But again, I don't think the assassin's that interesting. The setting is good. Like being set in France, the era it's in is really cool. But it just doesn't seem to have much. Its emphasis was the whole like co-op thing, which if you're going back to play it now, obviously no one's going to play the game. It kind of lacks that side of things, and there was just some weird stuff that they introduced. It's not a bad game. It is very mid now once it's been fixed, but yeah, it's nothing special. Syndicate. I'm gonna probably cause ructions here. I would put it here. A low B. Still in the mid, but it's better than Unity. It's... Yeah, it's... Actually, do you know what? The original Assassin's Creed is going to be as well. Yeah, that looks more right. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Syndicate wasn't a bad game. It was actually really cool. I might be biased because it's set in London, but I mean, I don't really like London, but set in the UK. There might have slight bias there, but I just think it was really cool. Beating one like enemies up with a cane also was pretty cool. And then the DLC where you like had to figure out Jack the Ripper again was just really cool. And the twins, the assassin twins, they were interesting. They had more personality than Connor and I can't even remember the assassin's name in Unity, so that shows that. Yeah, they were. It wasn't a bad game. I think it was like on the start of like coming off Unity. It was like, yeah, this is a bit shit, but you know, I think it's better than Unity. Yeah, this is all I need to say on that one. Origins. It's difficult. I would put Origins here. Yeah, I think I would prefer to play the original Assassin's Creed over Origins. It's better than Syndicate and the others. It's not as good as them. The thing about Origins, story-wise, I would probably put it like above both of these for story. Like the Origins of the Assassin, it was a cool story. The RPG. Now this was the first Assassin's Creed that had the RPG elements, and it was rough. You could see with it being the first iteration of it, it is quite shit. And personally, I don't like elements of the games. So that's going to affect a lot of my decisions with the rest of the games on the list. But yeah, Origins is... Good story game. The Assassin's alright as well. I think it's called like Bayak. It is a good game. It's just the RPG elements are shit. Really bad. But then we have Odyssey, which improved the RPG elements, so that's a win. Everything else about the game is a no. No. I put it here. I don't like it. It's a really boring game. Like, yeah, the setting is interesting, but one, you're not an assassin at all. Before the Assassin Order existed. Two, the assassins themselves, boring. Well, I say assassins in quotations. The characters you play are boring. The middle part of the game is just a drag. It's not a good game. The only benefit of it over Origins is they've improved the RPG elements. But again, still RPG elements in an Assassin's Creed game, which I don't think belong. And yeah, it is a bad game. I know I'm probably going to get hit for this. Fair. But it's not. It is not a good game. Valhalla. Again, RPG element game. It's quite a big game. It's probably the biggest Assassin's Creed we've ever had. Set in the UK. It's A. I think I would put it higher than Revs, but it doesn't feel... It's a good game, but it's not a good Assassin's Creed. So I'm putting it here. I think the main issue I have with Valhalla is the middle section, because it's such a big game that like 3 arcs in the middle of the game are very repetitive and not that interesting, which I think really hurts the game. But I would say overall, it is actually a really solid game. Being a Viking was cool, but like I said, it doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. It feels like you're playing a Viking in the Assassin's Creed world, but you are not the assassin. It's a weird one. But yeah, I think, yeah, it works there. I think at the time it did the RPG elements the best. Still, again, not a massive fan of the RPG elements, but it is a good game, so it's an A. Then we have Mirage. D. They try to go back. I really like the sound of it because they were like, oh, we're going to go back to the old Assassin's Creeds. I was like, cool, I'm interested. The assassin's going to be Bassam. No. I hated Bassam. Again, he has the personality of a wooden fucking spoon. No, the game's bad. The settings and everything, but the game's just not... It didn't capture my attention. It's not an enjoyable game. And I was really disappointed by that one. I don't think I need to say anything else with that. Mirage, I feel like a lot of people don't like it as well. I think that's the consensus I've seen. It's not, yeah. It's a game that can be forgotten. Now, Shadows. Where does Shadows stack on the list? Obviously, can't give it a full rating because opinions might change when I actually fully complete the game. But as it stands, it still has the RPG elements, which annoys me. But I would say out of all the RPG games, it's the best out of the RPG games. You feel like an assassin, so I would put it higher than Valhalla. The RPG elements, I prefer over what they are in Valhalla. They're not that similar. I mean, they are quite similar, but I think Shadows does it better. I just think the game is better. Plus, the setting is so cool, being in Japan. The game is cool. It's a beautiful game as well. Like, don't get me wrong, Valhalla, great game. It is a really good game. It's in the UK as well. Brilliant. But it's a Assassin's Creed game in Japan, and you play as an assassin. The entire like assassin stealth systems being reworked. The game is good. It's getting really unjust hate because Ubisoft's name is attached to it, and I think if you want to try the game, give it a try. Buy that that Ubisoft Plus, I think it is, or something, where you can play the Ubisoft games. I mean, obviously it's a monthly subscription, but you'll be able to play the game. And if you like it, cancel your subscription and buy the game, or just play the game on there. When you complete it, just deactivate your subscription. It's up to you, but I do think it's a good game, and it'll be if you are on the fence, I'd say give it a shot. It's a fun game, but yeah, that's my Assassin's Creed list. If you just want to argue it in the comments, feel free. I'm interested to see what people's opinions are. I can guarantee people are not going to be having about Odyssey being there, and they might disagree with this, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's what it is. Everyone has a personal preference. I have seen a massive argument about shadows being woke, and I'm saying this now from what I've played. I haven't seen anything that screams woke to me, and trust me, I quit Last of Us Part 2 because they went in that stupid direction. We don't talk about it. That game doesn't exist. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and obviously comment your opinions, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Adios.